Have you ever wondered what it truly means to be a high-value person? Before we go into it, take a time to answer this question. We value your feedback, so please check it out and respond. I want to hear from you, and your feedback is really important to me. I've also pinned the question there so you can respond immediately. Let's start the conversation and grow together. Now let's get started. Sign number 1. Stop evaluating people based on their appearance. First, you must stop judging people solely on their appearance. You cease looking down on others because they vary from you. And you allow individuals to express themselves even if you disagree with them. Why? Because you've realized that talking about others and pulling others down no longer interests you. You understand that focusing on progress, ideas, and what truly matters is the way forward. Individuals with high worth see beyond the surface. They recognize that true worth is found not in someone's outer look, but in their character, heart, and conduct. You come to value diversity of thinking, background, and perspective. By doing so, you can form deeper bonds with others based on mutual respect and similar beliefs. You learn to seek common ground rather than disagreements, knowing that this is where true understanding emerges. Your circle may shift, and you may find yourself drawn to folks who raise others up. Rather of passing judgment, bring them down. You provide empathy, and as a result, you develop into someone who is admired for their depth rather than simply their words. Your attitude transforms from judgment to curiosity, and in the process, you create opportunities for meaningful partnerships. One is founded on authenticity and mutual respect. Sign number 2, you are prompt and committed. Second, you start arriving on time. Every time you are recognized for your punctuality. When you say you'll be somewhere, you actually show up. And when you go, you maintain the same discipline. People that place a high value on time understand that it is their most valuable asset, and respecting others' time reflects their own respect. Being prompt demonstrates that you are trustworthy and dependable, and that others can rely on you. It displays that you are serious about your commitments and respect the relationships you develop. People gradually come to connect you with discipline and professionalism, attributes that naturally elicit trust and respect. You no longer make excuses for being late because you recognize that punctuality is a sign of honesty. You understand that success in life frequently results from showing up on time and accomplishing what needs to be done. Punctuality demonstrates self-discipline. It demonstrates that you prioritize your life in a way that reflects your aims and desires. You understand that every minute counts, and each time you arrive on time. You're developing a reputation that will carry you through life professionally and personally. High-value individuals lead by example, and punctuality becomes a vital part of who you are. Sign number 3, you dispute with grace. Next, you know that disagreeing does not imply disrespect. You can sit across from someone who doesn't share your point of view and don't raise your voice. You do not lose your temper. Instead, you listen, because true strength is not in dominating someone else's argument, but in comprehending it. You understand that respect is acquired by peace of mind rather than volume of voice. High-value individuals recognize that every debate presents an opportunity to learn, grow, and broaden their perspective. You approach interactions with curiosity, asking questions to thoroughly understand the other person's point of view, even if you disagree. You also begin to perceive conflict not as a threat, but as an opportunity to establish connections and promote understanding. Instead than striving to win the dispute, you seek common ground and mutual respect for the benefit of all parties. This attitude to argument enriches your relationships while demonstrating your emotional maturity. You also start to learn that in times of confrontation, silence can be more effective than words. Your capacity to remain calm in the face of opposition distinguishes you as someone who possesses self-control and maturity. Someone who prefers peace to being correct. High-value individuals do not need to shout to be heard. They let their behavior, poise, and wisdom speak for themselves. Sign number 4, you raise others up. You've also realized that encouraging others does not take anything away from you. Indeed, helping others improves you. You begin recognizing others for their efforts, not simply for the results. A high-value individual sees the journey. not only the destination. They understand that greatness does not happen overnight, and they are not afraid to tell someone, "I see your work. I see your efforts. Keep going." When you lift people up, you create an environment in which success multiplies. You recognize that when you celebrate the successes of others, no matter how tiny, you are contributing to a culture of positivity and progress, which is extremely valuable. People feel confident in their own accomplishments and take pleasure in seeing others succeed. You no longer see others as competitors. However, as comrades on the same quest, you recognize that success is not a limited resource, and there's plenty to go around. By boosting others, you are lifting yourself. Encouraging others promotes a sense of community and support, which strengthens your resilience. You begin to realize that everyone has their own road and obstacles, and by appreciating their accomplishments, you inspire them to keep going while strengthening your own. Encouragement becomes a habit, and by engaging in this practice, you elevate not only those around you, but also yourself. Sign number 5, you don't allow others set your bounds. Then there's this dramatic shift. When people tell you that you are incapable of doing anything, it no longer bothers you. You cease allowing others' limits to define your potential. You understand that what they say has more to do with them than with you. You determine your own fate, not the views of others. This is a key indicator of becoming a high-value individual, because it signals the transition from seeking external approval to trusting yourself. You've seen that people frequently project their own anxieties and insecurities onto others. These limits have nothing to do with your potential to achieve. Instead of being disheartened, you are determined to prove them wrong. Not out of spite, but to show oneself your true potential. You adopt an abundant mindset, recognizing that your potential is infinite, and only you can define it. This confidence allows you to take risks, try new things, and pursue your goals without hesitation. Others' opinions no longer guide your decisions or way forward. You've learned to trust your intuition, believe in your abilities, and rise above the noise of uncertainty that surrounds you. High value. People recognize that their worth is defined not by external voices, but by their own internal beliefs. And once you understand it, there are no limits to what you may accomplish. Sign the rigor 6. You stick up for people even if they're not of high worth. People stand up for others. Even when those folks aren't present to defend themselves, you talk nicely about them behind their back. When someone tries to bring down a friend, colleague, or family member, you refuse to engage. You defend their reputation because you recognize that integrity means doing what's right, even when it's not convenient. This is a significant expression of your character, demonstrating your appreciation for loyalty, trust, kindness, and fairness. You realize the power of words, and you prefer to use them to uplift rather than harm. Speaking well of others, especially when they are not there, demonstrates that you can be trusted and that you operate with integrity and respect. It also signifies you're spreading positivity. Others notice your acts and are inspired to follow your example. A high-value person avoids gossip and negativity because they recognize that these acts bring everyone down. Integrity entails doing the right thing even when no one is watching, and this includes how you speak about others in their absence. You are steadfast in your values, and others will notice and come to appreciate you even more. Over time, you become known as someone who can be trusted, whose words build bridges rather than destroy them. Sign number 7. You opt not to respond to everything. Finally, you learn that, while you can notice everything, you do not have to respond to everything. Just because you identify an issue, an argument, or a challenge does not imply you have to engage in it. You select your battles wisely. You manage your emotions rather than allowing them to control you. That is the mark of great strength. Choosing serenity over pandemonium, even when anarchy calls your name. Individuals with high values recognize that not every circumstance is worth their time or attention. They choose how they spend their time and emotions, because they understand that inner tranquility is more important than proving a point. You begin to develop a sense of serenity and patience, recognizing that most situations are transient and do not necessitate an immediate response. The ability to pause and reflect before reacting distinguishes the emotionally mature from the impulsive. It demonstrates wisdom, self-discipline, and a profound understanding that you are in control of your life, not the circumstances around you. Restraint not only protects your peace, but also increases your credibility. People begin to perceive you as someone who is not easily shaken and can rise above the cacophony. This ability to remain calm under duress is what distinguishes high-value individuals. And in doing so, you generate an aura of strength and resilience that others are drawn to. Becoming a high-value person isn't about perfection. It's about development, evolution, and rising above the noise. If you're on this journey and you notice these indicators in yourself, you're becoming the type of person that not only contributes value to your own life, but also to the lives of those around you. Remember the question I mentioned at the beginning. Check the comments section and offer your opinions. We are happy to hear from you. If this message spoke to you, subscribe, enable notifications, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Let's keep pushing one another to be our best selves. Thank you for watching and continue onward. If you got it this far, leave a 100 in the comments. It demonstrates that you are part of the 1% that is improving every day.
Da da da.